G'day folks, welcome to another episode of Stuff and Such. Today we're going to go over some brief instructions on how to freehand file a chainsaw. It's one of the more important techniques you need to know when owning a chainsaw. A dull chainsaw is very hard on the actual chainsaw because you need to apply so much pressure downward on the wood to make a cut. What ends up happening is you start to wear your bar flat and mushrooms over. Creates a lot of heat, wears out your chain prematurely, puts extra heat onto your chainsaw. Fuel economy goes down, you spend more time cutting, so then you put more hours on your chainsaw overall, and basically isn't much fun. So the biggest thing you can do when running a chainsaw for keeping it sharp is be careful. You gotta take your time. Taking an extra, 5 seconds, whatever it is, to watch for stones, gravel, grit, poor material, it's cutting near the ground. That extra little bit of preventative time spent being careful saves you so much time sharpening chain. One of the big things you need to do when sharpening chain is get comfortable. Get in a position that's your body's relaxed. I like nice hard surfaces. So to do this side of the chain, I like to be on the opposite side of the saw, and I like to tuck the power head under my shoulder, supporting the blade so it doesn't chatter, the bar rather. Keep your file level and pull back. So you can see that finger, I'm pushing it in. And the thing is, you don't want to let your saw get too dull. Obviously if you hit a stone you're kind of in trouble, but just when you notice it's starting to lag a bit cutting, take the time, sharpen. 3 swipes. That was a rule I was taught, that if you have to sharpen more than 3 times, you've waited too long to sharpen your saw. Obviously, if you hit a stone, that rule kind of goes out the window. One thing you want to be careful of when you're sharpening is that the teeth are actually sharp. If I slip here, I'll run my finger right across that edge and have a split open finger. So you want to be careful. I like to kind of stay in this section of the file, stay away from this section here, keep away from that. So this saw is pretty sharp as it is. I'm just going to rip along here real quick, and then we'll show you how I do my other side. The technique for me that works real great is for this side of the teeth. I like to lay my saw down on something flat and then just push straight down. That way I can continue using my hand that has most amount of control. A couple little bits of advice I would give to a person learning is don't try to sharpen with a dull file, and also don't try and sharpen an old chain. The reason I say that is often if you have a dull file, it's more dangerous because you really feel like you need to shove really hard, and that's the problem I'm having with this file. It's actually been used for quite a bit. But anyways, I'll change it for next file. And the reason I say don't sharpen an old chain is because with a new chain that's only been dull once, is that it has all the profiles are correct. So you have, see how when I lift my file up, this space opens or closes? So you want to try and follow that edge. So when it's brand new, you can know which way to go this way, you can know which way to go this way, and that makes it a lot easier. Alright folks, that's basically the basics on how to sharpen a chain. It's really quite easy once you get the hang of it. It is quite tricky when you're not quite sure how to do it for the first time. But I encourage you to learn. Files are cheap and the skills are invaluable once you learn them. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe. We'll see you on the next video, guys.